Live. Welcome to No Shave Ember, my wife's idea. All right, well, what's gone on with this laughing witch thing? Uh, okay, well, it's become a big shitstorm, and any hope that either Noel Plum or I would have that it would settle down was blasted to pieces. And sadly, not just by the Thunderfoot side. So, evidently, there's a bunch of scandal about Hannibal the Victor as well, which is a bummer, but I did see him going downhill. And, the other side of him when he was promising destruction and all that silly stuff. But it's unfortunate. I don't know what's going on about that. I don't know what's going on about a lot of this, but I'll tell you on the Laughing Witch side, yeah, it looks like that apology she made it easy for that apology not to be acceptable. And like on the funding page to say our site, or on Yelp, I guess, to say our site was attacked by a hate group, it would be better to say, by people that don't like our political ideology. It'd be better not to be hyperbolic, in my view. And all that action and the fun, of fundraising and so it's just such a big shitstorm, and he plays Laughing Witch and says, "See what feminists are like," and his title's underneath it. What are you going to do? She meanwhile, he even shows her showing a video of that guy that killed all those kids over there in Europe, in the cold part of Europe, right? Northern Light region. I forget which one of the, wasn't Sweden, Denmark, wherever it was. You don't want us to say that everybody, that some kid that is also anti-feminist that goes and shoots up a school, see how anti-feminists behave. That's just so stupid. On the other hand, Laughing Witch has unmistakably made this a huge shitstorm, right? And she just shits it up even more and more. And these other people that are taking part, it's like, well, I expect that. So anyway, fellow social justice peace activists, what do you do in a situation like this? Well, you wait. You're going to have to let them, the bloodshed, the carnage has to end on its own. There's only so much you can do. You can't step in and try to, it's not a sided thing. You have to remember that. This looks like it's a sided thing because all of our faction, it's all broken up. But when somebody tries to attack a piece of it and say, look, I'm going to break up your whole thing, it's easy to go, nope, we'll protect our bad priests. We'll protect our bad cops. But no, our organization on the social justice peace activist side of things has a natural sense of ombudsmanship. We police ourselves. And Laughing Witch took her thing on the news. She's fighting it full on force without acknowledgement of any of her side of it. How can, if she would just have been more humble about it, like, I wrote the guys, well, there really is no excuse. I was going to say, well, I wrote his employers, and because I thought it was fair to do that, and then it's gotten out of hand, and now he's destroying my business. But of course, she didn't just write the employer; she also wrote the press, as if to, so she can't say, I didn't try to destroy the establishment. Was it just him? It's like, no, you were trying to say if the establishment doesn't do anything, look, it's at the press, and the press doesn't do anything, look, it's at the police, and blah, blah. So there's very little defense, but certainly, if you're going to take this strong, put your foot, sink your foot, sink in and lean in and all that, whatever metaphor I'm trying to reach for there, then you're on your own, because that's not a strategy I'm going to help line up behind. That's ridiculous. And frankly, I think people with that sort of attitude that she's displayed are dangerous to my perspectives. It can make it look bad. Like right now at the moment, there's really nothing to say. This is, I do say some stuff. I say I admit that she's done some things wrong. I say some things about, not all people in your opposition are the same. But this basic strategy, because I'm not giving up because of one thing like this, that doesn't reflect how I am or why I believe that Malala is a good person, and it's good that she's a feminist. So what you do in this case is you just wait. And then when the smoke clears, you step up, and all of the people that thought, what? I thought we finished you guys off. What? We proved that you had no reason to ever return here. What? We had the final solution. You can't say you're not just like them, but see, we're not just like them. So it's like they're not going to erase the need for peace activism. And peace activism is an international form of activism that relates to labor, income inequality, all of these things. Any of these problems that you see are traceable to previous wars. And that's why basically the history of man is the history of war. So, you don't have to learn it, but it's out there. And if you do learn it, then you'll see a few things that, will eliminate some of your fantasies.